What's up guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the E36 Ute build, Rotary build. Thank you guys so much for all of the support you've shown for the build so far. It's pretty awesome. My good friend Jordan Sovlis is here. Did I say your last name right?
Yes.
Jordan Sovlis, I'm not very cultured, is here to help us out. He has his own YouTube channel. He builds cool drift cars. He's here to help me build my cool drift car, which is pretty rad. Building cars with friends is always heaps more fun. But because we're in a pandemic, I am employing him and I'm paying him money to be here. So we're not actually breaking the rules. Yeah, so you guys can't tell us off. But today is a mad day because we are test fitting our 13B in our E36 engine bay, which is really cool. I'm super excited. This thing is like half the size of the normal engine that is usually in the engine bay, so I think that it's gonna slip in there nicely, but I don't really know how these engine mounts are gonna work out, so it's gonna be a pretty fun time kind of testing that out. We're gonna put the gearbox on the back as well just to see kind of how that fits and where the placement of the shifty stick is. And then once we've test fitted that, we're gonna pull it out, which seems counterproductive, but we need to do this so that we can paint the engine bay a really fun color. So we have some gloss black that we're going to be painting the engine bay with, but it's not just going to be gloss black. We also have some plasti dip metallizer that we're going to do spray the engine bay with, as well as the center of these wheels actually, and it makes the engine bay all sparkly boy. Look, here's a test pack we did previously. Look at the sparkles, it looks awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty much what the engine bay is going to look like, which is cool. Just trying to get it all nice and clean. That's pretty much the gist of things. Also, I need to fit the other coilover in the front. I haven't actually done that. Look, it's standard on this side. All right, let's get cracking. First things first, we're going to pull the AC off the 13B because it's still got the air conditioning on it. And then we're going to put it in. Let's do it. This, in there. You! Bye. Phew! AC's deleted. Is this scary? It's not dodgy though. It's Costco jack, they're real strong. This is how to move a car with a lock diff around corners. Yeah, I reckon that's good. Look at that, she's seeing sunlight for the first time, the Ute. This thing's gonna look phenomenal once it's painted. I mean, it looks so ratchet right now, but it's gonna come up so good. All right, next step, degrease, wash, and then fit our dirty engine. Cut all these brackets off. Yup. Jordan's got that engine bay looking schmick. Well, not quite, he's scrubbing it down. And we're gonna blast it out with water. It actually looks like it's gonna come up super nice. Time to push this bad boy out, give her a degrease and a spray. So Jordan's done all the hard work scrubbing everything down while I did pretty much nothing. So I scrubbed the gearbox down and degreased it, scrubbed the engine down and degreased it. It's time to blast them off. Hopefully it comes up a lot more schmick than it is because it's pretty manky at the moment, and then of course the engine bay as well, so let's get spraying. Watch out for overspray there.
That's good spray.
Woo!
That's aggressive as.
That's why it's good to have a fire hose. Alright, so we're spraying the faces of the wheels while we have a spare minute, while the car is out drying in the sunshine. If you're wondering why the footage looks so good right now, it's because I'm using Jordan's G7X and it's a really nice camera, so I think I might go out and buy one. So let me know in the comments below whether you're actually enjoying this footage a little more than my crappy Sony camera. But right now we're going to test this metallizer paint for the first time on our wheel faces that we're painting at the moment. So let's kind of see how it goes. I'm all about them sparkly boys, in case you guys didn't know, so I'm too impatient. I'm always too impatient. Good.
All you can see is just metal flakes.
Gets all over your camera.
It smells funky.
Huh?
Smells funky.
Does it?
Yeah. That looks sick.
Yeah?
That's sick.
Yeah, that looks
Not in
great.
focus, but it looks sick.
Alright, next up we're going to spray some clear. Hopefully this all works how we
Show me that.
think it's going to work.
Oh yeah.
Multi-purpose acrylic paint. I don't even know if I got the right stuff, to be honest, so fingers crossed.
Oh, you're a thumb sprayer.
Yeah. Thumb spray, bro.
Close up on this.
Woo! And that's what the engine bay is going to look like, hopefully.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I think so.
We got little base install. Straight in.
How good, man.
Damn. And that's all polished. It's gonna look spicy.
Yeah, it'll look real spicy. It's funny how it's like got a real nice face in it at the moment. It just looks like dog shit. Down to the 240 grit sandpaper now, going through all the grades. 400. Get them polished boys. Shiny boy.
Auto Sol metal polish. The best stuff you can get.
Better? Yeah, it's heaps better.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it all again. I'll probably go through all of the grades of sandpaper again. That took us what, 10 minutes?
Not even, yeah.
Yeah, not even. Alrighty guys, the moment you have all been waiting for, it's time to test fit the 13B in the E36 engine bay. I'm very excited. We've also got both of the wheels on the front now. Obviously we don't have the rocket bunny guard on this side. I just need to do a little bit of fiberglass repairs on that. But damn! Sparkly center's looking rad. Still definitely need to work on the polish, but right now obviously that's not a priority. I'll get that done in some spare time. But this thing is absolutely so wide. Looks awesome. What do you reckon?
I love it.
Yeah?
Whack, I love it.
Yeah, it looks whack and that's what we want, definitely. So now we're gonna push it inside. We're gonna pull the front off it. Makes it really easy just to lift the engine slightly and just slot it straight in the hole. Once we're kind of confident about how it's all gonna fit up, we'll pull the engine out and then we'll quickly sand the engine bay down, I think, and give it a quick spray before we lose the sunlight. So yeah, awesome. Oh man, I'm so excited. Get in your home. You. Alright ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment of truth. So we're just going to put the gearbox onto the 13B, just bolt it up quickly. Obviously there's no clutch or anything in there. And then we're going to sit it here in the bay and we have no idea how it's going to go, which is, you know, adds to the excitement, I guess.
What do you think?
Good, I'm stoked, it looks insane. I'm just going to put the gearbox cross member in underneath, just a stock one, just to hold the gearbox up to see exactly where we're at with the placement of the shifter, and then kind of see and also we want the engine and gearbox to be sitting at the proper angle to see the clearance of like the exhaust headers and stuff like that. So it's so small. Look how much room we're going to have.
Yeah,
like the front of the car's here. The front of the car's here.
That's heaps.
That's mental, eh? So we've got the gearbox sitting pretty much where it will sit, and as you can see, it's not too far away from the actual stock hole. So we'll just dog leg it out, which means it will have a bend coming back and then straight up. And then obviously you'd have the boot on, and you wouldn't even know that there's something going on under there. Crazy, spicy. And then up front, the engine's sitting at the moment, but it's a little bit pushed to the right hand side, well my right, engine's left. So we just have to whip this cover off the steering shaft and whip the heat shields off of the exhaust, and that should give us a bit more clearance in there, and then we can kind of center the engine nicely. So damn spicy. Oh my god.
So what we're doing now is we're just taping up the engine bay to paint it gloss black, because Mike's a bit hanging on the taste buds there.
On the what?
On the taste buds. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
He looks so good in this light.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Golden now making me look 10 years younger.
I'm not that quiet.
You look like shit. There we go. We've taken a heat gun to the gloss black, come out pretty good. Now we're going to lay down the metallizer, and then we're going to let it dry overnight before we lay down the clear. But it already looks awesome, fully murdered out engine bay. So now just imagine a rotary sitting in here, amazing.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. Got the heat gun here because it's starting to cool down a little bit. We're in winter here in Australia, and believe it or not, Australia actually gets cold. It gets just as cold here in Melbourne as it does in New Zealand. All the overspray everywhere. Oh, what do you reckon?
Oh, it looks sick.
Yeah, it does, eh? I'm not going to do any more than that. I reckon just like a nice...
Tastes so bad.
It doesn't taste nice. I'm not sure if we should be eating it, to be honest, bro, but...
That's mad.
There you go, guys. Sparkles laid down. It's really hard to see. Oh, you can you can see it pretty well. That metallizer stuff, I highly approve of it. Looks freaking sick. So the engine bay just needs a nice thick coat of clear coat now, which will happen tomorrow. And then after that, it's ready for the engine to go in properly. Alrighty, so we're packed up for the night. The engine bay looks absolutely freaking epic. Massive shout out to Jordan for coming along and helping us out. Make sure you guys check out his channel. Link in the description below. Yeah, but the conversion spaces for the rear should turn up in the mail. Maybe they might even be home at the moment, or they'll turn up tomorrow. And then we can put the Hot Boy wheels on the back for good. See you guys in the morning. Don't even know what we're going to be doing, but we're going to continue building this frickin' thing. So, bye. Woo. And we're back. What's up, guys? Another beautiful day here in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. And we're back working on the Nugget Ute. By the way, I came up with a name for this Ute. We were chatting. And 2020 is like the rise of the Karen. If you guys don't know what a Karen is, look it up on Urban Dictionary. But it's like a very entitled white lady. Usually has blonde hair, and they usually look down on society basically and think that the world revolves around them. They're quite feisty and they don't really play by the rules. So I've decided to name the Ute Karen, because this thing is kind of doesn't play by the rules, super feisty. Introducing to you guys Karen. But today, right now, we're putting some wheel spacers on the car. They're actually adapters as well, so it changes the stud pattern from 5x120 to 5x114. It pretty much means that it's way easier to find wheels for the car because 5x120 is kind of annoying. Not many wheel companies make cool wheels in that stud pattern, so this just makes life a little bit easier and also spaces out the rear wheel to fill this Rocket Bunny garb, which is nice. Jordan's back as well.
Yeah.
Hello. With his 4-door STI WRX that he's driven here today. Yep, that thing's pretty rad. I'm a little bit jealous. But now we're gonna go ahead, chuck the spacer on, chuck the wheel on, and then today's super exciting because I wasn't really planning on doing this, but we've found a clutch and flywheel setup that we're about to go pick up for our 13B, and that is the only thing that we were missing that is stopping us from putting the engine into the car permanently. So I think today there is a very big potential that we may be able to fit the engine into the car and make the engine mounts and actually have the engine sitting there for good. Fingers crossed. This is gonna be a massive episode. You guys are super lucky, so I hope you're enjoying this. But let's chuck the spacer on, chuck the wheel on, and then we're gonna go grab the clutch, and then we're just gonna keep moving forward. Hey Karen. Hey Karen. Nice. I want this to tuck anyway, so I don't want it to be like sticking out here or like super crazy fitment like I had on my car, especially once we're running this. Excuse the wheel, we will clean it up and make it look nice, but it looks like crap at the moment. It is what it is. Man, maybe that's as low as I should run it, eh? But I think it's on bump stops. Is it?
No, it doesn't look like it. I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look sick.
Yeah, it's mad.
Amaze balls.
So, while Mike's putting on the spacer on the other side, I am going to cut out the guard because the tyre, when you lower the car, it just hits the guard. So, I'm going to trim it out a little bit more.
We also picked up the clutch.
Yes, we did.
How good is that?
Ooh.
So, we got a heavy duty clutch, blue steel heavy duty clutch, and we have a 4.5 kg lightened flywheel. I'm super stoked about this because the stock ones are super heavy, so this will allow it to rev heaps more freely, less parasitic drag in the drive line, which is rad, along with the carbon fiber. Is that what it is? Carbon fiber drive shaft? It should be Mac Daddy, so that's rad. We're never going to have clutch issues with the heavy duty clutch. Didn't need a puck clutch because it's only going to be putting out like 200 horsepower to the wheels anyway, so nothing crazy. But yeah, super stoked about that. That should mean hopefully we can get all the clutch and stuff installed today, gearbox on, and then we might be able to put the engine in the engine bay for what may be the final time. But we'll kind of see how we go. I'm stoked though, that's rad. I almost died. Ninja star. Oh.
Trimmed it all the way down, so we have heaps of room for the wheel to go up into the wheel well.
Maximum squat for all of the power that the rotary puts out.
And then so what you do is you trim a couple slots in these, you hit it up so you can basically close the gap.
Alright, so it's time to clear coat the engine bay. We've got the car outside in the sun. I've already started clearing a little bit of it just to make sure it's all going to work. As you can see, it's super sparkly, boy, so I'm going to go ahead, finish off the clear coat. Jordan's just cutting the other guard on the other side. Once that's done, the engine bay is ready to have an engine into it. We're just waiting for a spigot bearing for the clutch setup. That did not come with the clutch kit, and it is definitely essential. So we've located one. It should be arriving in about an hour around the corner, and that means that we can chuck all the clutch setup together, the engine on, the gearbox onto the engine, and then we should be able to put the engine kind of in its spot, which is really exciting. So we're just kind of making all the finishing touches on the engine bay before we do that. But yeah, it all looks pretty awesome for a can job, so yeah. Woo! So good, so sparkly. I love it. Engine bay's all done, looks absolutely fantastic, especially for a can spray job. Come up so good. So really happy with that. Looks really good in the sun. I've actually gone ahead and just sprayed the top of the front section of the car as well. Just need to clear that off. Beautiful day for spraying, so that's rad. So now we are going to push the car inside and start preparing to, I think, put the engine in place. So pumped. Progress is real, guys. It's so good. Good news, the spigot bearings just turned up. We're gonna run down the road and grab it, chuck it on the engine. We can put the whole clutch setup together. And I think, because we've had a look over the engine, there's nothing that we can't do to the engine whilst it's in the engine bay. So look at this though. Whoo! It looks so freaking sick. So really, really happy with the whole setup. Sparkly boy's looking really nice. Jordan went ahead and cut the rear guards as well. So now, wide body is all sitting on nicely. Oh, look at that, tuck in the rear. It looks so good. So that's pretty much how it is all gonna sit. I don't think I'm gonna raise it too much in the rear. Pretty happy with it. It's got M3 axles, so they should hold up pretty well, but just looks so epic. So we're not gonna waste any more time. Let's grab that spigot bearing, and then we can chuck it in the engine and check it all on. Alrighty, so we have acquired our spigot bearing. It's this little thing right here, and that was like nearly 50 bucks. They're not cheap, but it's needed, otherwise your input shafts won't be aligned. This thing literally just press fits into here. Obviously the input shaft goes in there when we bolt everything up, put the gearbox on, and it holds, make sure everything is just super nice and balanced. So without that we could not have put this whole thing together. I'm putting that right there for reference. So now we're going to turn the car around, get it ready just like we did yesterday, and we're going to fit the engine into the engine bay. I am so freaking excited. Look at the stance of this thing as well. It's so wide. Man, I'm freaking stoked. Sun setting. We're about to drop a 13B into an E36 Ute. It doesn't get more fun than this, I'll tell you what. Alrighty guys, here's the moment of truth. So, we've got the spigot bearing in there, just tapped it in with a 14mm socket. Super easy, chuck some grease on it. A nice light flywheel here. Obviously we've got our clutch plate, brand new, going on. Also make sure you wipe these surfaces down with something that evaporates super quickly, a nice cleaner like brake cleaner or wax and grease remover. Clutch plate in, alignment tool here. And then we've got our pressure plate going on, which again is being wiped down with wax and grease remover. And then we bolt it up with our 13mm bolts and torque it to spec. Our flywheel's also been torqued to spec, so making sure everything's just super nice. Yeah boy, that's it. Boom.
So remember to always go in a star pattern. So
The one.
your top, bottom, across, 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 across. So then it goes on evenly and sits even.
I'm not. Gearbox time.
Sick. That's tight. He's tight, he's tight.
The moment of truth. The gearbox is on, clutch is all in, brand new setup. Everything looks and feels awesome. So next step is we put the engine into the glory hole, aka the engine bay. I'm freaking pumped. This is such a monumental moment, and it's only episode 3. It's just crazy. But we'll drop it in. You know, you never know, this might not be the last time that it's going in. We might have to pull it out and kind of adjust some stuff. Or this could be the last time it's going in. So keen? Ready to do it?
Let's go.
Oh my god. Let's put the tiny engine in the giant hole. No, I'm not going to say sexual innuendo. It's not happening. Alright, let's do it. So, the engine is in the hole, sitting kind of where we want it, and we've figured out how we're going to do the engine mounts. So, this one currently is too long. This is a stock RX-8 engine mounts, right? So we're going to chop a little bit off them, and then we're going to get the engine sitting center. And then we've got box tubing here, the thick boy stuff, nice and thick. And how it's going to work is, we're going to weld box tube to the chassis rail, and then the box tube will have a bolt coming up as well, and that'll go through a hole in the engine mount. It's going to sit nicely on the box tube, centered on either side. Probably hard to understand right now, but you'll see in a second once we get it all done how it's going to work. And that'll be our engine mounted, which is freaking sick. Exhaust has good clearance from A, the body, and B, the steering column, which is nice. We've got access to obviously the oil filter and everything that we need access to on the engine for when we want to obviously finish the build off. Even the spark plugs right here, super easy to access and change, as opposed to being like an RX-8 or something, which is super hard. A huge amount of room in this engine bay, which is fantastic. Whew, we had to stop, have some mad snacks because we forgot to eat, and it's pretty late now. Spent a lot of time on this thing, but it's progressing super quickly. So I've got ahead and tacked one of these engine mounts in. Engine mount. I mean, it's a different engine mounting system to what you'd usually see where you'd have the mount bolt into the cross member. But essentially, this is where this will sit onto, and we'll drill a hole straight through this and straight through this obviously as well, and then there'll be a bolt that goes through and bolts up with a nylock nut. And that's it, engine mount done. Same thing obviously on the other side, so as you can see we've grinded it back so that we can weld the other side on. But first we're going to sit the engine in on this one, make sure it's all nicely in the right spot, and then we'll do the same with the other side, and then the gearbox mount. So it's been definitely a lot of trial and error, engine out, engine in, engine out, engine in, but that's kind of to be expected when you're putting Mazda RX-8 engine in a Vert E36. But I'm super pumped, it's so good. So hopefully the engine's going in now for the last time, but I said that ages ago and it didn't happen. So, you know, cars, yeah. This would be a world first, a 13B into an E36 Vert that's been cut into a Ute. I know there's been a 13B turbo on an E36 before, which is pretty rad, but this is definitely a world first, surely.
We got this engine mount on, kind of there.
Go and let the jack down?
Let the jack down.
Please.
Mike's just put the gearbox in all the way. There we go. Alright, we got the jack out. So that means the gearbox is on. Yeah.
How crazy is that? Damn.
Sick.
Alright, one more engine mount.
We're nearly there. Gearbox is mounted.
Ew! Oh my god. The engine is in the bay on its mounts, and gearbox cross member is on underneath. It's just a makeshift one, utilizing the stock E36 cross member flipped upside down, which seems to hold the gearbox up in the exact spot that we want it, which is really exciting. Everything clears. Everything that we need to clears, which is awesome. The engine sits quite high in the engine bay, but that's fine. The steering column clears. I'm actually getting aftermarket headers, which are smaller, obviously, than the big stock headers as well. So that's going to help us with the clearance, and I'll heat wrap them to make sure that we don't screw the steering shaft. Although I've never had problems in the other E36, so don't know if we ever would. Alright, let's get the car up and get it on the ground. Oh man, I'm so freaking pumped. That's insane. Obviously need to finish the welds on the actual mounts on the car, paint them, drill the holes, bolt them up and all that stuff. Obviously at the moment we just wanted to get it kind of mounted to see what was up. Alright, we are absolutely tuck it out. It's been a huge couple of days, but we've made so much progress, and this is where we are at the moment. So as you can see, engine's in. I put the radiator in just for reference to see how much kind of room that we have. Currently, obviously the engine's all mounted and everything, sitting there, but it's sitting a little bit high for what we want. So we're going to order a slimmer steering shaft and aftermarket headers, and that will give us a lot more clearance so that we can go lower with the engine. Currently from the sump to the subframe, we still have 40 mils of clearance, so we can take that right down to about 10 mils of clearance easily and still be happy with it. But the engine's in, it's mounted, it's in the right spot. It looks amazing. Everything's gonna work, which is awesome. I measured the drive shaft. It needs to be extended about 60 millimeters. Engine bay looks amazing with the new paint. Yeah, just so good. Happy?
Yeah, it's stoked.
Yeah, man.
It took us a while, but actually it didn't. It took us a while.
It wasn't too bad, yeah. Like half a day to probably get the engine and mount it up, which I guess isn't super bad. Massive shout out to Jordan for all his help. All of the montages you see in this video are all of Jordan filming, editing, But honestly, and Jordan did a lot of the hard work today as well, so make sure you go check out his channel. The link is in the description. Lots of SR content, the R33 sedan as well, RB25 content. Make sure you go check it out. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff together anyway, so you'll probably see his cars in this building at some point, which is super rad. But I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. I hope you're appreciating the long episodes that we're creating for you guys. I think this one, I don't know how long it's going to be because I haven't edited it yet in this time, but when you're watching it, I've edited it, so it's probably going to be a long one. Many days of hard work. Next episode will be more work on this, whether it's doing engine stuff or finishing the tray. I'm freaking stoked, man. Thank you, dude.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Guys, hit that like button, help the series push out. Make sure you give it a share if you are enjoying it and you think your friends will enjoy it. Follow me on Instagram at It's Mike Lake, at
Jordan Sovlis.
Jordan Sovlis.
SR Boy for you.
SR Boy?
Yeah.
Is that for? Oh, if you're searching for YouTube, SR Boy. Is it B-O-I or B-O-Y?
B-O-I. That's my last name, so that's right.
B-O-I, because he's real cool, so he doesn't spell boy with a Y. Yeah. But we'll see you guys in the next episode, seriously. Thank you guys. Peace.